My name is Josh Byron.
And how long have you been coming here?
Probably 8 months. Almost 8 months, yeah.
Okay, and why did you first want to come?
I had some friends that were here, coming here, and they gave a very positive response about chiropractic and what their symptoms were and how they were being alleviated. So
Okay.
I came in because I was in a car wreck or hit by a vehicle crossing a street as a pedestrian and had some compression fractures to my back. So
What happened in that accident?
I was crossing a street and I got hit from the side and fractured, or compression fractures to 5 vertebrae, and shoulder injury and head injury as well.
How long ago was that again?
That was 5 years ago.
5 years? Okay. And so in the past 5 years, what have you noticed in your body that's been going on?
Well, I think the biggest thing was that the headaches that I had afterwards. I was pretty much taking ibuprofen or some type of Tylenol or something twice a day at least, and probably up to 3, 4 times a day, and fairly significant dose of it. So.
Is that the only medication you take?
No, I'm also on medication for asthma and for blood pressure.
Okay. And how long have you been taking those?
Asthma medicine has been a lifelong thing, and the blood pressure just a few months actually before I started coming for chiropractic.
Okay.
Definitely. I think one of the biggest things is posture. Posture has been able to, I feel like I'm sitting a lot straighter.
Perfect.
But also with the headaches, it's rare now for me to have a headache, maybe once a month. And I mean, I maybe take Tylenol or ibuprofen, if at the most once a month, but I don't even think that. And I wouldn't, I mean also my asthma medicine, I haven't taken asthma medicine for close to coming up to 3 months now. And I can't say that that's entirely chiropractic, but I think it has definitely contributed to that. Yeah, well, I think the biggest thing that I can say about chiropractic is that it's part of a total health solution. But I think that as part of proper health, that it plays a significant part. And when you're looking at how interrelated all the vertebrae are with your organs and those systems, it just makes sense that the same chiropractic is part of a whole structure of proper health that you need to take care of yourselves with. So yeah, I'm confident that I'll be able to come off the blood pressure medication soon.
Yeah.
And definitely have noticed the difference already with ibuprofen and then with my asthma medicines as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I always wondered about that. I mean, growing up, I mean, part of the traditional medicine practice is taking medicine for things.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the things that I'm trying to overcome in myself. I still carry my empty inhaler around with me every day, and I still puff on it because I'm just. I mean, that's partly psychologically ingrained into my my thought process after 32 years of taking medication. So that's one thing where it's so well ingrained in us that there's a traditional way of doing medicine, and I think that chiropractic definitely plays into just a different way of
little different paradigm. Yeah.
So, and I think that's the key part, is that people are pretty set in their ways, and so until they actually see results and see things changing, that they won't actually believe it. So.
Yeah.
Well, I would just say that you just have to watch other people in their daily routines and the actions that they take on a daily basis, and just think about how that's affecting their spine in a negative way, and to consider that in order to counterbalance those things that we do on a daily basis, whether it's lifting incorrectly or getting in and out of vehicles, or sitting at a desk all day in a bad position, that unless you're taking measures to counter all those negative things you do on a regular basis, then I don't think that once over is not an answer. And I think the biggest thing for me is thinking about how, the nerves are extending out from the vertebrae, and to think that if that's adjusted even, slightly, that it's going to impinge on the functions of the organs and stuff like that. So it really makes sense, and you see the results too.
Yeah.
What I tell them, what do I tell them? I mean, I think that's one of the things where, people know that I go to the chiropractor, and they'll ask me, or they'll have those skeptical thoughts and statements. I mean, seeing is believing. When I can walk out of here and all of a sudden it feels like I have a clear head, that feels like basically that the lights are on, that there's stuff going on, and I think that speaks for itself. I can't convince somebody else of that, but I know that feeling myself, so I can be a testament to it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I'm a pretty, I think I'm a realistic person, and some people would call me skeptical. I don't know, somewhere in the balance lies in between, I guess. But at the point where you're like, what do you have to lose? That's kind of where I came in here, is like, maybe it's going to be a crock, and I'm not going to have any changes at all. Yeah. Or you do have those expectations or those hopes that, yes, this is going to make a difference. And I think I came in here kind of in mixed emotions, going, worst case scenario, I don't get any alleviation. Best case scenario, I'm at least not going to have the back pain. The added stuff of potentially seeing, and whether it's directly attributed to, or like I said, in conjunction with other health cautions and stuff that I've been taking, to see, my asthma not having to depend on an inhaler every day is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
And also, just waiting to see the results of the blood pressure too, to see if that's had some changes to it as well.
Awesome.